One of the best British actors that the world would has ever known throughout the 1960s and 1970s, playing as a villain, anti-hero, and sometimes the mentor figure throughout his acting career. His fast life still made him another short-lived actor and even have a rocky personal life. Later known as an alcoholic and even being a tough guy in real life. You may know him as Bill Sikes in Oliver, Athos from the Three Musketeer movies, or Maximus's mentor in Gladiator. This is the this is the rough and tough actor Oliver Reed, and this is his basic biography. Early life. Oliver Reed was born in Wimbledon, London, in England on the 13th of February 1938. He was born to a father that would promote sports and even present sports to people, which his brother would later take up and become a future sports presenter. His mother was a housewife that would look after both the Reed boys. He would attend school in Surrey, England, and even based on his father and mother being from the upper class background, would even provide a better and great education for him and his brother in at the time. He would leave school and would tend to work in various odd jobs, even spending time as being a boxer and even an athlete while studying, and sometimes taking up work as a professional boxer with other jobs that were um, based on making him um, his career become affluent. He would even be working in hospitals around the United Kingdom as a hospital porter. Later, he would enlist in the Royal Army Medical Corps around the late 1940s, or even in the till the late 19 to the early 1950s. He would take up acting as this would be his future career, and managed to take up many movie roles and even television roles throughout the later 1950s, as this would be after his service in the Royal Army in England. Acting career. After being an army medic and finishing his tenure in the Royal Army, Oliver Reed wanted to become an actor and have his own acting career in the 1950s. He would appear in movies that lesser known actors would perform in, and these are not the blockbuster movies that were made by Hollywood or in the United States, but these were made by studios in the United Kingdom. He would star as an extra in most of his movies and television series in the 1950s, as he would define him as a newer actor. He would be casted and defined in his first movie appearance in the 1960s, however, as in the 1960s would be his breakout decade, whilst in the 1950s would have him appearing on television in the television series Golden Spur. After this television series, he would able to act in other television series, such as The Invisible Man in 1958, and only playing a bit role, not the lead role in this part. However, he was able to be signed a contract with Hammer Film Productions in the United Kingdom, making him star in his first movie appearance, The Cure of the Werewolf in 1961, and would be part of the one of the best production companies in the United Kingdom. Later on in the same decade, he was promoted as a new coming actor in movies during the 1960s, and would have a chance to play as a person and even a tough guy in various movie performances. He carried on playing as a supporting actor when he broke into stardom or becoming a new coming actor. Then given an opportunity to play many lead acting roles in Hammer films, now working in various playhouses on television to many people around Europe. He was signing various film contracts with more production studios in the United Kingdom, even having time to work with director Michael Winner and being part of his being a best star in these British movies. England would be the country that knew him the most, as he would be playing a tough hero or a villain in most of his movies or television productions within the country. Army medic to Hollywood star. Oliver Reed was now the new upcoming actor that would be an iconic villain in movies and even television. As this was a typecast that would be assigned to him, as well as playing as heroes, adventurers, due to his young and tough appearance on small productions and even small production studio films. He would have be he was a fantastic villain in the musical adaptation of Oliver Twist in 1968 by playing Bill Sikes, the main antagonist in the movie, and even cementing himself as a legendary actor of the big screen. From his success in Oliver Reed was able to become an actor in the United States and even other countries that were able to watch his big screen success as a villain. He would be incorporating this kind of style of acting in other movies with the same acting style used in method acting um, that were used by various actors at the time, such as uh, Marlon Brando during the 1950s and 1960s. Hollywood was able to provide an opportunity for the young Oliver Reed to become an icon or a world-class actor. He would star alongside another legendary actor, Telly Savalas, in the movie The Assassination Bureau in 1969, which would be one of his first Hollywood movies. The 1970s would have the Oliver Reed playing in more adventurer and even detective roles in movies that he was able to sign up for. He would still star as a alongside heavyweight actors and actresses. He would star in movies with Vanessa Redgrave in 1971 called The Devils, and even The Big Sleep, a remake of of the 1930s movie with Mitchum in 1978. This would prove that he was part of the Hollywood elite at the time. He even able to was able to act in more movies that were based on sci-fis, westerns, and even historical dramas, as these films would make have him and his acting styles implemented in various characters he would play on the big screen as well as on television. Personal life and final years. Oliver Reed was married at least two times in his life and had two children with each of his relationships. His first wife was called Kate Byrne, and they would be married from 1959 to 1969. His second wife was Josephine Berg. They would be married from 1985 to 1999. He would have a history of binge drinking due to stress of becoming an iconic actor, with his personal life and professional life sometimes clashing with each other. Sometimes having interviews being recorded with him using alcohol before showing up on screen or even whilst on screen. The 1980s would be a decade in which Oliver Reed would be playing more older characters and spending time acting in movies less than frequent or less successful than he would anticipate in this and than rather than in previous decades. He would star in the movie Condorman in 1981 with Michael Crawford, a fellow British actor, as he would play a villain in this film, as well as playing in other films in the same decade, sometimes playing historical characters again, and then in playing in movies that families were able to watch and recognize him. This meant the once great actor Oliver Reed, who was a tough guy, would now be playing villains in the 1980s and even well into the 1990s. As the 1990s would have him implementing the same style of acting he was always always acting as, and starring in more movies linked to adventure, history, and even comedy. His final film appearance was in the movie Gladiator, that was filmed in the 1990s but was released in 2000. He would star in this movie alongside legendary actors Richard Harris and Russell Crowe, playing a mentor character called Proximo. This would be his final and even his last appearance, where he would be the supporting actor. Sadly, he will pass away a year after the year before the movie's release in 1999. Legacy and death. Sadly, Oliver Reed passed away from a heart attack on the 2nd of May 1999 at the age of 61 in Malta. This happened whilst filming Gladiator, the movie Gladiator, and had filming scenes before he passed away. These scenes that he had to play were replaced with CGI and even using another actor with his likeness to continue with the film production. His health managed to decline, and the heart attack could have been a possible cause of death due to his age and even his um, history of drinking and substance abuse. Many people were able to know him as a friend and fellow actor, with actors such as Sir Christopher Lee and many talk show hosts meeting with this fine, great actor before he passed, expressing him with different views of him based on himself, Oliver Reed being a great actor. His legacy lives on with most actors and actresses using and implementing his style of acting in their characters and even their performances. I could see that Tom Hardy is one of these actors who were able to implement this style of acting, as Oliver Reed was one time considered a tough guy, like Tom Hardy is today, and would continue to play some legendary roles um, in as this acting style was in fruition. However, Oliver Reed was a legendary actor and would be considered as a legendary actor from the UK and even part of Hollywood. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't done so. My name is Sukukuki, and please watch my other videos and stay tuned for more content like this. Thank you.